Hello stock traders, I hope all of you had a great trading day today. Looking forward to great gains going into tomorrow. Now in this video I'm going to cover exactly what happened with the top 7 list for Tuesday and give you a new top 7 list for Wednesday. There are some great earning reports coming up. Microsoft had a terrific earnings report today. Looking for more of those great earnings to kind of come in and bolster up the markets. Sure would love to see the market have a green day, just really nice green day where it's green all day long. Don't know when we're going to get that. It has been very volatile in the market, that is for sure. There's been some craziness and it has taken a strong stomach to make it through the day. So if you were following and had all of the stocks from the top 7 list of yesterday's video, you would have had a 0.24% loss, so a very small percent loss. A lot of the stocks that did really well from the last list was all the OTCs. The OTCs did very, very well, but you have to have a certain kind of broker to trade those. Personally, I had a 1.04% gain. It did a little bit better than the market. I had a couple of stocks that I've been holding for a while that really, really did well, and I was able to sell for a really nice gain. Month to date, if you were following this list closely, then you should have close to a 13.79% gain. That is very, very good, way above the Dow Jones Industrial, so things are looking good there. Year to date, personally, I am at a 30.85% gain, so doing very, very well. I've had some different stocks that have been different from what's on this list. There are more picks in our group than just the insiders. Now, the insiders are pretty much the basis of the group, and we utilize those to make good, solid gains, but there are other strategies at work that are covered in our standard and premium rooms that have been very, very effective, and so I utilize all of those different strategies all in one. I like to use Webull for my trading, and the reason why I do is because I can trade as early as 3 a.m. Central and as late as 7 p.m. Central at night, and sometimes there are stocks that I need to get out of or that will be at the top early in the morning, and so I like when I am researching stocks early in the morning that I can take a look and find those type of opportunities. And if I had a different broker, I wouldn't be able to do that. So please check out our link in the description down below. If you are looking for a powerful broker, I highly recommend Webull. I have had a lot of success with them and do very, very well. I also use FinViz for a lot of my charts and research. Also, insider activity is really terrific to track on FinViz. We have a link for that in the description down below if you're not familiar with FinViz at all. I do like to pay for their service. It's not very much per month, and I find with it that I don't get any of the ads, and then also I get real-time data, and that is so important. I've had 5 green days in a row, doing very, very well. Looking forward to continuing. My record is 22 days, so hopefully we can get to that. Hopefully you have been able to string together some green days this month. So in our premium room, we only had one sale, and that was an earnings run-up play that we had, and that was MSFT. That was Microsoft call options is what I had. Had this for just a couple of days, so really nice 61.4% gain in just 2 days. Felt very good about that, but Microsoft really surged going into earnings, and they had a great earnings report and probably will surge tomorrow also. In our standard room, we had quite a few sales. The first one was a day trade that did early in the morning, and that was EDSA for a 0.46% gain, so a really small gain on that one. I did a day trade setup for PLUG call options, and that was for a 0.67% gain. Now, there were lots of people in our group who made a lot more than I did on this particular trade. I picked kind of the worst spots. It still made money, so that was unfortunate. But we also had an NOK call options that we did overnight. I sold for a 3.6% gain, but we had members in our group that sold for between 60 and 80% gain on that. I really missed out because I was in the middle of a day trade, and I should have sold it earlier, but I kind of caught the dip on that, unfortunately. And then sold LNDC call options for a 33% loss. It was time to cut our losses on that one. Okay, in the basic group and the top 7, so these are the stocks that I cover in our top 7 group, had quite a few sales, and a lot of these were really pretty good. So let's go through them real quick. And that is VOLT, sold for a 6.99% gain. This one had been 5 days since its insider activity, so I felt it was time to move on. You know, a 7% gain in 5 days, I feel really good about that. The next one did really terrific. Now, this was an OTC, and this is DXLG, sold for an 81.57% gain. Really fantastic investment. That was a 5-day turnaround also, and so that one was really good. Then sold PGTK, sold that for a 9.7% gain. That was a 5-day investment also. And then LNDC sold for a 1.5% gain, so not a very big gain on that. Had that for 5 days also. That one just really kind of popped and faded on us. We've had it, and it had quite a few insider transactions that kept us staying in it from there. And then sold BRN for a 17.6% loss, so that one was not good. All right, well, let's get you some new stocks to go through. Here is the top 7 list for this next week. Now, let's start with the others. These are 2 stocks that are OTCs, and I put these in the others and have been lately because they are explosive. They have had insider activity. There's really good reason for them to continue to move upwards, but you know, they're not traded on the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange, and so it does make these a little riskier, lower volume, tough to get in, tough to get out, but you can really make a lot of money if you're following insiders in these, if there's a really good strong catalyst behind it. The first one was YAYO. We've had this for a couple of days. On Tuesday, this finished up 20.79%, so doing very, very well. It had additional insider activity on it, and so that's really, really good. My average in it is $1.97. The reason why is because, well, I bought more. And so I added more to my position on this. With all the insider activity that's happened, I just saw an opportunity for me to buy more shares, so I did. Since calling this out, it is up 24.02%, doing very, very well. The next is BSPK, and this one on Tuesday finished down 3.77%. My average in it is 9 cents a share. Since calling this out, it is down 14.58%, but it is early, and I think this one will turn around. This is definitely a Biden stock. This has ties to cannabis, and so I think that BSPK will do well going forward. Number 7, so here we go into the top 7. Now, there has not been as much insider activity as I would like, so I have 6 insiders and I have 1 earnings play, and this earnings play is Apple, AAPL, and on Tuesday this finished up 0.17%, and tomorrow aftermarket they report earnings, and I'm expecting a blockbuster report, so I'm expecting this to really fly upwards, and this do really well. So this is kind of a shorter term play, but I think it will have a terrific run up all day tomorrow. Earnings are tomorrow in aftermarket, and I think it could hit as high as $150 a share even before earnings happen. Apple has a lot going for it, and I think the excitement is definitely there. So the hype has been there, and this has been climbing really, really well over the last week. There's been lots of volume going in on this. I think that Apple is going to do terrific tomorrow. So this one might be really great for a short-term trade. You could either buy it in the morning and probably ride up the anticipation of earnings in aftermarket and sell during power hour at some point, that last hour of market being open. That's one way to attack it. Another way, you could hold this through earnings. That is very, very risky. I have a hard time holding positions through earnings. I definitely love the run up that tends to happen when there's been a good earnings whisper on a stock and there's a lot of people excited on it, and I think Apple is definitely that stock. Number 6 is ADVM. Now, this has been on the list for a little while. We've been holding it, and this is ADVM Biotech. And analysts have an average target price on this of $25.22. One reason why I really like it is not only the insider activity, but also the analyst high target. And on Tuesday, this finished down 6.39%. There were lots of biotechs that really, really struggled on Tuesday. My average in it is $12.46. Since calling this out, it's up 3.43%. This one's been a lot higher than that in the past. It's kind of come down, but 2 directors purchased shares in open market. They were very bullish transactions, and both in open market makes me think that they feel that the stock is undervalued, and so there's huge upside potential here, and so I'm expecting this one to run. Number 5 is Driven, DRVN. This is Driven Brands, and on Tuesday this finished up 0.30%, so just a little bit. My average in it is $28.47 a share. Since calling this out, is up 5.63%. We've had this for a couple of days. Hopefully you got in on this one. This one's going up just a little bit each and every day. Very stable, but the president of Platform Services bought shares, and the EVP and president of the car wash division bought shares in open market. So lots of money going in by directors and officers of the company spending their own money. And this is a brand new IPO, and so this one has not been on the market very long. So they obviously feel that the stock is undervalued and that there is upside potential. Otherwise they wouldn't be buying, because insiders, once they buy, they usually have to be in close to 6 months at least before they can sell or liquidate their shares without having to worry about trouble with everything. So Driven Brands, I think, is one that will continue to move north. I do think it's undervalued. There aren't any price targets yet on it. Number 4 is CUE. That's Q Biopharma, and this one has a terrific upside. I love that. But on Tuesday, this had a rough day. This is another biopharm that really did not do well during the day. On Tuesday, it finished down 6.35%. My average in it is $14.91. Since calling this out, this one is even. But the chief medical officer bought shares in the open market. I love it when doctors buy shares in a company when they work for a biotech. I mean, it's just very, very exciting for me. I've usually seen the stock price do well in those types of situations. And I think this one is no different. I think that Q Biopharma will see a nice upside. This will start to run, and typically when you see a chief medical officer go in, then you see either another doctor or another officer kind of follow in, paying attention to what's going on. And so we could get multiple layers of insider activity on this one, and so that would really drive up the price. I think this could be really good. All right, number 3 is FAST. This is Fastenal, and on Tuesday this finished down 1.09%. So this did not have the greatest of days. My average in it's $48.32, so I'm down in a little bit. Since calling this out, is down 1.72%, and Michael Anschus bought shares at open market on Monday. Analysts have an average target price of $51 a share on this, so there is some upside here. There could always be upgrades. As far as FAST goes, FAST has been very good. It's had some ARK buying in it in the past. This is a company that definitely could continue upwards, and so that's why I liked it when I saw it with insider activity. It was really good. All right, number 2 is RKDA Biosciences. This is RKDA. And on Tuesday, this finished up 2.66%. This one is brand new to list. My average in it's $3.10. Since calling it out, I am absolutely even on this, and calling this out in our group, we've been trying to load up on this. But, you know, it being even, you're getting in a good spot on this. They just had an offering, so I feel that this stock is undervalued. Analysts have an average target price of $8.67. Once they announce that this offering is closed, I think this one will really go. There was some small purchases by the CFO, CEO, and CTO all reported. And typically, whenever insiders go into an offering and they spend their own money on an offering, if they didn't disclose earlier insider transactions from before, they have to do so now before they can purchase the additional offering. And so that might have been what happened, and this looks like this type of situation. So I'm expecting that once this offering is closed and announced closed, that this one will really shoot upwards. It is way too low at $3.10 a share. That is a terrific value on it. So if you're looking for a stock with a lot of upward potential, and I think has hit its bottom, I think that, you know, do I know that? No. I don't know that. No one knows exactly what's going to happen with any particular stock, but I think Arcadia Bioscience is one that can move up. All right, number 1, and this is brand new to the list because I was having a hard time finding insider transactions. This one popped up right before the video, so I added it right at the last second. But I put it at number 1 because it is so fresh, and this is FCEL. This is FuelCell Energy. On Tuesday, this finished up 19.89%. My average in it's $20.99. I picked it up in aftermarket once I saw the insider activity as soon as I could. Since calling this out, it is up 1.48%. So this one would be a good one to get in tomorrow. The CEO purchased shares in open market in aftermarket today. Great transaction, really nice size, done in open market. So the market should react and buy into the stock and force it upwards. I think there'll be a lot of buyers even continuing on, seeing that now there's insider activity. That will really push it up. I do a lot of work for this list, so if you could please do me a favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you haven't done so before, subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when one of these videos comes out. Let's continue rolling along and let's finish this month off right. We've got 3 business days left. Here we go. Really looking forward to February and all the earnings reports that are coming out in the next couple of days. Hopefully you are too. I wish you all the best of luck in the stock market and trading, and Raythoven out.